Welcome to the Mills County Fair Sheep Show, which will be starting at 10 o'clock this morning. Thanks for joining us on YouTube and for our live video stream. The Mills County Fair Sheep Show will be starting at 10 a.m., so stay tuned and we'll have that for you in its entirety. Thanks for joining us on YouTube this morning.
Hello? Can y'all hear me? Good morning, Mills County. Welcome to the Sheep Show. My name is Buddy Thompson. I'm the Sheep Superintendent for Mills County. I want to welcome you to the 2022 Mills County Fair. We have some excited kids today. Oh my goodness, they're ready to show you their projects. We'll get the show started. I would be remiss if I didn't do some thank yous. If you've ever planned an event before, you know it takes lots of help, and I have some great helpers. First, I couldn't volunteer and do these things without support from my husband, so I want to thank Jamie for helping out and saying, yep, we can do this. My co-superintendent, Shane Fisher, gets our show very smooth. We don't have a lot of downtime. He does a great job lining up the kids, and if I ask him to do something, he says absolutely. So thank you, Shane. If anyone has ever shown sheep or goats at Mills County Fair, you know we're all the way back there, right? No speakers, can't hear anything. I recruited Nicole Walter last year, a couple years ago, and she also helps out the kids, telling them where we're at, getting ready, so the show can go pretty smooth. I have some ring help this year. Kaylee Chilton, Andrew Hilton, Miranda Deichler might be helping too, all showmen in the past, and I asked them if they would come help the kiddos this year. Little bit about the first class you're going to see today. If you've never heard of the Share a Sheep program, come see me or come talk to these kids. I love this program. It is part of what 4-H is about. The Share a Sheep program was started by Andrew and Dave Hilton and Julie and Mark Schoening. The Schoenings help get some lambs for some of these kids that don't live on a farm. They live in town. Never touched a large animal before. They come to our house 2-3 times a week, and we learn about the equipment that we use, diseases, cuts to the lamb, all that stuff. So this first class is called Share a Sheep, and they've done a really good job, and I want to make sure you all got to see the hard work that they've put in this year. I'll let Jamie introduce our judge, and we'll get started. Thanks for coming out this morning.
Good morning. Today's judge for the 2022 Mills County Sheep Show is Brian Miracle from Bedford, Iowa. Brian and his wife, Jonda, have about 70 head of ewes that they breed quality club lambs and go to live sales in Indiana, Oklahoma, other parts of the country, and then help kids with projects, clubs, lambs, and local county fairs as well. So I appreciate Brian coming up to help teach these kids and help sort some lambs. So if we can give Brian a hand here quick. Like my wife said, our first class will be the Share a Sheep class. And like she touched on, some of these kids, other than a cat or dog, they've not seen a large animal or worked with one of them. So this particular class is on herdsmanship, showmanship, and the learning process. He'll be asking the kids numerous questions as far as what they learned throughout the project. So we'll go ahead and get started with the first class. Here we go. Tonight is the kickoff barbecue at 5:30 p.m. Center. Free will donation requested for that. 6:30, share the fun, and 7 is the opening ceremony with flag presentation and senior recognition, followed by Little Miss and Mr. Coronation and the 2022 Mills County Coronation, and followed around, which is sponsored by the County Council. Tomorrow morning, Saturday at 8 a.m. is the fun run, as well as the goat show, followed by the poultry show at 9 a.m. Races, gate admission starts at 4 o'clock for that. $10 adult, $5 children. Are the mud races down at the arena. sponsored by the Robert Boehm Memorial. Tuesday, July 12th at 4 p.m. is the annual 4-H and FFA livestock sale and auction, so please come out and support local exhibitors. 4-Hers need to make sure they have their auction animal paperwork turned in by Monday at 2 p.m. to the fair office. I want to highlight the Mills County Endowment Fund. This endowment fund was established to provide scholarship for Mills County 4-Hers to enhance their 4-H experience. This year, the endowment fund has provided over $4,000 in financial support to 4-Hers in Mills County.
Check. All right. All right, we can put your hands together for this Share Sheep class. These young individuals are doing a really good job out here. Buddy was telling me about these are town young individuals that really might not have a chance to really get on the farm as much as they'd like to, but I'm glad that there's adults that want to put together some projects for the individuals to kind of show them the ropes about why other people raise sheep for the 4-H FFA kids, or even in general as a commercial flock for the industry of what they produce, and kind of has some extra information for them. She gave me this list of questions, kind of go down the list here and ask a few and see what they kind of learned from the program. What I gathered here today is we've got about 6 of these individuals. This is the first time being part of the program and ever messing with an actual lamb or a project like this. We have this young gentleman down at the end that said this was his second year. He done a really good job. We went through and just kind of asked some different questions like, what sex is your animal? Do you know pieces of equipment used to get your lamb ready, if that'd be fluffer combs, blades, clippers, whatever in general, lamb stands, anything equipment-wise that they could come up with to answer. And some other things was like what they enjoyed about their sheep project, what was challenging about their sheep project, and then I threw out some other questions to a couple of individuals that I thought was, in my mind, that answered some of these questions maybe a little more in depth than I even asked. I mean, they kind of came through, which kind of, shocked me a little bit for not being around them a lot. So I'm going to start out here. We're going to pick, I guess I'm picking a champion and a reserve. So when I went through my notes here and wrote down the one that I'm going to use for the reserve champion Share Sheep is going to be Miss Riley down there, the little girl down there that's third in line. Would she come out? And can you come out, pull your sheep and face it so it's going that direction? A little bit. I guess we already put your hands together for Riley. She was the first, when we was asking sex of him, she said it's a boy, and she confirmed me that it was called a wether, which that's correct. And she also told me without me asking that wethers get banded, their baby-making parts are taken away, is why it's called a wether. So that was something that, the truth, but for a first-time person, I mean, she kind of knew what she was talking about. She told me that people raise sheep for meat, dairy, wool. That's correct. And then I asked her something she enjoyed about the sheep project, and she said leading the sheep around and getting it mellow and calm down, because her sheep was named Joey, because after a baby kangaroo, because he kept jumping around all the time. But it looks like she's done a good job since the start to finish, and looks like he's not moving very good. So let's put your hands together one more time for Riley, and she's going to be the reserve. Now that comes to the champion here, it was pretty close, I guess. I mean, for what I had to answer in questions, there was a lot of first-timers and things like that, but I'm going to go with this young man here at the end, Dylan. He'll be your champion, Share Sheep. He kind of went more in depth. He said this is his second year doing this. Maybe, he's picked up more for being involved, which really showed me that he's paid attention from his first year to his second year. He basically, when I said, what's your lamb boy or girl, weather, same thing, knew what's going on. What's one piece of equipment used for sheep, man, he was firing out, lamb stand, the clippers, the bander, everything basically from baby lambs to show ready without me asking. I mean, he was involved of rattling off the proper equipment to get his project ready. Something he enjoyed about the sheep project was working with the sheep a lot. He liked to get them broke, get them braced, and be able to show them to the best of his ability. He also told me, without asking, sheep about how many pounds of feed they were eating, what percent of body weight that a sheep needs to be at to get the correct pounds of feed to them. So, I mean, I thought that was very good for a person from town that's involved in a sheep project. So his knowledgeable on that issue just worked his way up the top to become champion today. So once again, put your hands together. I think this is a really good deal for the kids. And so if you know anybody around or wanting to be involved, I suppose get with everybody, and they'll be doing this for years to come as long as there's kids wanting to participate.
Thank you. All right, we'll get a picture over here. Dylan first. Ben Riley. Let him get his picture first.
Jaden Wilgenbush, Jordan Wilgenbush, Penny Bottom, Riley Strait, and Landon Blades, junior showmanship.
Should be good to go.
Huh?
Should be good to go.
We get a junior showmanship out here. Sitting here critiquing and asking some questions, how long they've been showing for their age in there. And I don't know, it's pretty tough peeling thin hairs here because there's some positives and there's some me thinking of some things I'd change in the showman. But as far as the young kids on the sizes of the sheep and the power they have on, if you're back in the barn or you're on the side of what I might do, you might change something, or you might not agree with me. But out here looking at them and talking to the kids and who has the best presentation, give or take, I'm going to have to give or take up a couple of things that normally I don't do. But when you got a group of kids that are about on the equal playing field, I got to critique a little differently. So the first person I know that had the lamb set up probably the most comfortable as far as every time stood or moved probably less amount of time and was in the show position, that had the most knowledge, I guess, as asking what they fed and knew exactly what the percent and actually a brand and the color of tags. One individual out here, even though she brought a lamb in with a halter, I'm going to still have to go ahead and give her. But this young lady right here with the pigtails, she's going to be your champion junior showman. I'm going to sit here and take another minute because it's in reserve. It's kind of close, give or takes here on a couple others that are out here. So if you just bear with me for a second or two, I'll end up with your reserve junior showman.
Champion junior showman Penny Golden.
Coming in at second, like I said, it was kind of close between what's left out here. Probably the best one that had their lamb set up the most that you could take a look at for the longest period of time with the correct neck set. And of course, I say that, and then things get ranchy out here. But we're going to go ahead and use this young gentleman with the red hair. This young man will be your reserve. He answered the questions the best he could. He got close to the answers, but he had his lamb mellowed. Like I said, throughout the show, his neck set was correct in there. And now when I said that, he wants to start being a turd for him. But he was probably the next in line that did probably the most things correct that I'd be looking for in a showmanship at this age.
Reserve champion junior showman Ryan Smith.
Were you back to that one?
Country Cousins over in the corner of the show arena is selling ice cream, popcorn, and beverages. All this money goes to raise funds for activities for their club. The Champion Junior Sheep Showmanship Trophy was sponsored by the Robert Bay Memorial, and the Reserve Junior Sheep Showmanship Award is sponsored by the Mills County Fair Association. Next class will be Intermediate Sheep Showmanship. There's 4 entries. Cassidy Romeyer Pratt, Audrina Johansson, Linnea Longchamp, and Mackenzie Barrett. As a side note, the 4 young ladies in the ring right now are all participants in the Sheriff Sheep program in the last 3 to 4 years.
No, we did get rid of the junior class because it was crazy and kids age we want to go track them down? I don't know. They were all blues. They were all blues except for the top 2. Okay. Do you remember? I got the purple.
Saturday and Sunday throughout the day, there will be a wood carver on site making various caricatures, and the majority of these sell on the auction to benefit Mills County Fair.
I guess he's not doing it.
Oh.
Because the sister said that he was, or it wasn't on it. Said that he wasn't doing it. Okay.
Tonight at the barbecue, there will be a bake sale as well as at the livestock auction, and proceeds from these go to the Mills County Endowment Fund. The Intermediate Sheep Showmanship Award is sponsored by Robert Bay Memorial, and the Reserve Intermediate Sheep Showmanship Award is sponsored by Mark and Vicki Lauerbach. And once again, the champion banner and the reserve champion banner is sponsored by Benton Beef and Benton Ranch.
We get out here in the intermediate showmanship here. It's not as many kids as we get into an older division here, but looks like we got a few ladies here that's going to have to battle it out. One person that from the start that came in the ring and from there until now, that's in my opinion, showmanship comes in, and the quickest to get their sheep set up, look at the best is what the judge can look for, and then you start critiquing some other stuff. This young lady right here that was in the middle, when she came in and got on the side view, butt view, she had her legs set. He stood there. These other three here, kind of the lambs gave him fits there early, and as we got him out on the move and got back in the side profile, she had her lambs set up. He didn't move. Her hips as far as trying to get into the show position, and right now the lambs she was doing a little bit better earlier in the ring with her neck placement on this one, but this young lady here will be your champion intermediate showmanship. We get in the second hole. I thought I had a pick in my mind for the reserve, then the individual went and did something that to me is a no-no. When we get in the ring and trying to get your sheep set up, now all three of these lambs are not cooperating the best, so it's a free-for-all on here in the reserves selection. But the young lady that was in the middle was going to be my reserve, I had in mind, but when she went to set her legs up, instead of properly like she'd been doing most of the time in here, she wanted to use her cowboy boot and step back and try to set your back feet with your feet instead of trying to have control and set placement with your hand. That's a pet peeve of mine, you know. Even if it fought you for a little bit, that's my own deal, nothing against you, just me. Maybe some other judges would like it. I don't. But that just walking back and trying to move the back feet with your back feet like that just turns me off, so that's where you're at. You went from there to there just on that simple deal. So then we get down to the other two gals. Which one in mind? I mean, the sheep both are calm, mellow, critiquing which way or the other. We're at again toward the tail end. The one that did probably the best as far as getting her hip placement is going to be the young lady over here, as far as she had her hips turned around in front of the sheep most of the time versus the one that's out here. When you get your hips in front of the sheep, you got a little bit more control of them jumping around. As you can see where you're at right now, how your hips are on the side, and when your sheep wants to fight with you, he's gone, wants to just blow by you, and if you get around them in front of them with your thighs in here, you have a little bit more control if they want to try to get away from you. So this young lady here is going to be your reserve intermediate showman.
Champion intermediate showman Mackenzie Barrett. Reserve champion intermediate showman Audrina Johansson. Next class is senior sheep showmanship. We have 6 entries here: Shayna Fisher, Kayla Straight, Rosalind Johansson, Alyssa Brummer, Jolie Johnson, Audrey Cotton. Showmanship Award is sponsored by Heartland Co-op. Reserve Senior Sheep Showmanship Award sponsored by Buddy and Jamie Thompson, as well as banners for champion in reserve sponsored by Local Game.
For these, round robin, you want to have them determine third place.
It'll be a third just in case if there's.
Tonight at 5:30 down at the Lincoln Center is the kickoff barbecue, which is a free will donation. This is followed by 4-H Share the Fun, opening ceremonies with flag presentation and senior recognition, and then crowning of Queens and Little Miss and Mr., followed by movie at dusk. Tomorrow morning, 7:30 to 9, breakfast, Indian Range sponsored by Triple F Farms and Flatiron Laundry, 8 a.m. fun run, as well as goat show starting at 8 a.m. Face painting and balloon animals in the show arena. 1:30 chocolate chip cookie contest at the Lincoln Center. 2:30 Clover Kids judging at the Lincoln Center. 3 to 5 bingo in the Commons area. 3 p.m. new event poultry agility. Not sure what that's going to look like. And that's in the show arena.
We might have to go to a third place just in case.
How's that?
So for round robin, we have the winner. There's round robin where we have one that's won already. So if she wins
Okay.
the top first or second here, we have to go.
All right, we're in here in the senior division with the oldest kids at the fair. Put your hands together for another outstanding as the youngsters have started juniors through up to the senior level here. I'm not going to take a lot of time here. We'll get back and get the show started, but you can agree or disagree. Like I said before, one young lady hit me when she hit the ring to be your champion here and never looked back. Now, I know they've been in the ring a little longer, so the sheep's acting up a little bit. But the young lady down there at the far end, she's going to be your champion showman. She does a really good job of getting that lamb stuck and set up and in the ring and switching sides and just a mellow sheep that she can deal with. Now, I know at the tail end here he was acting a little ornery for her, but exceptionally always has an aspect to where the judge is at and a phenomenal looking sheep that she's taken the heart of getting it presented for the showmanship. Now, I was told here that we might have to do, usually there's a reserve, but I'm going to have to pick two more just in case for a round robin deal, just in case somebody has won this before. So when I pulled out the three others that I thought was in contention for reserve, these three young ladies right here was the ones I pulled out. I had them walk around the ring. As you can see, I was on one side, and I cut in front of them to see what they do. The only one out of the three that changed sides when I was looking is going to be this young lady right here. She's the one that, when I moved in front, she switched sides so I could see as she got her lamb presented back in the class. So she's going to be a reserve champion senior showman. And then followed up by this young lady here, if that's how it goes, will be in third place on how she presented. So once again, put your hands together, and we'll start the actual lamb show.
Champion senior showman goes to Alyssa Brummer. Reserve champion intermediate showman goes to Audrey Bobbin. And third place goes to Rosalind Johansson. Next class we'll start on will be breeding ewe lambs. This is a lightweight class. We have 5 entries. Landon Blades, Rosalind Johansson, Cassidy Romeyer Pratt, Linnea Longchamp, and Marissa Barrett. These 5 lambs are between 92 pounds and 100 pounds. tomorrow night at 6 p.m. down at the arena, there will be motocross event. There will be food trucks on site, and the bar will be open. Country Cousins is selling soda, ice cream, popcorn, and water at the north side of the Livestock Arena. All proceeds go to fund activities for their 4-H club. Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 2, there will be pony rides down by the horse arena in the grass area. And from 10 to 8, the Baumgars barn will be open with a variety of livestock animals that you can check out.
In our first class of lightweight commercial use here, there's a lot of, as you look out from outside the ring, there's a lot of variances, ups, downs, of different criteria, and this is how I placed them here, and I'll tell you why. Young lady here I'm going to lead off the class with. When she came out for showmanship in general, I guess back at home, I really like a blue or natural sheep. They're kind of stuff we try to strive for if we can get some, and they're very hard to get through the breeding and things unless you have quite a few in your flock or buy a ram, but there's something that I really like about them. And this one in showmanship, she kind of came out and granted, we did the showmanship early, but it didn't matter as far as what class they was in, but she gravitated to the top here for me today. I really like how her front 1/3 is and how she comes out of the point of her shoulder. She doesn't cooperate the best, but when she relaxed, she's really level out of that point of shoulder out through her loin and dock area. And one thing that this ewe really hits me from the side profile is her swoop of her rib shape and her flank of how proportional she is from her fore rib back to her rear flank. Granted, the ewe I put in second here, she's the biggest rack, biggest back, has probably the most shape from the side profile with the bells and whistles as far as bone construction and her leg wool. What I'd like to change in that second place one is I'd like to elevate her more in that front 1/3, make her, she's a little bit lower set for me today, but I'd like to change her up in that front 1/3, get her off the ground. That's the questionable one as far as is she at her peak as far as a lightweight, or is she going to have some grow to it? That's where my class winner excels this class. But I still think proportional is the good in this one. It can go ahead and be in second place. We get her in third place ewe. The young lady was having fits here, but still I think a ewe that deserves to be in the third hole as far as talking about ewe lambs. I like them to have some rib and some depth of body. And she still handles, maybe I like to make her a little wider out of her rack. But this one's really exceptional out of her hip and loin junction. She's really wide there, and she carries that down through her pin set. Maybe if I had to disagree, I'd like to maybe lengthen her up and change her just the nickel up in the chest floor, but a real good ewe to be third with today. We get to our fourth and fifth in class here, two really close in kind here. I went ahead and used the young lady in fourth as she's just handles a little firmer today for me, and she's a little wider when you get your hands on her. Her base was just a nickel better and wider than our fifth place ewe. The fifth place ewe might excel her in her next set as far as she coming out of the point of her shoulder as being a little bit more feminine in there. But one I think was the narrow base as far as the narrowest handling, and I like to level her out of her dock a little bit better on her tail set there. But an exceptional lightweight class we have to start the day out. Thanks.
Class winner, Class 1 lightweight ewe lamb, Linnea Shad. Second place, Roslyn Johansson.
Because I turned it off.
Jamie's using patience.
I could tell my story on here.
Better hurry, they're running off. Happens when the girls don't pay attention.
Pay attention, ladies. As he was talking.
Class 2 breeding ewe lambs.
They need their
has
2019
5
queen back.
Shayna Fisher, Riley
You know who that was?
Alyssa Brummer,
That was me.
Jolie Johnston.
I was
Jamie
2019. I
Wilbur.
said they need the 2019 fair queen back. It was me.
Yeah. Can't do that.
I kind of one and done that one. I mean, I could be 21 and come back to that, I guess.
Yeah, you don't need to do it unless you get out there and do it the first time.
We hold these. None of that. I could turn it on for you, mic you up, you know? Quality.
Jordan was here. And Jordan's in there now.
I know. Why are they not? Why did Jordan go to this class and Jaden go to this one?
This one is going to be by itself, right?
Yep.
And it's not affiliated with this.
No, so it'll be after this class.
And you want 3 champions?
Hold on. So after this class, we'll bring first and seconds of the first 3 classes
all
in.
6 lambs in, or just the 3 champions?
All 6.
All 6 at the same time?
Yep.
Okay. Another question I had, just because I've never been accused of being smart, is on the pen of 3s. So Brummer's got 3, Johnson's got 3, and then
They did something wrong on fair entry. They have 3 also.
They have 3 also?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so again, you want all 6 of these 3 classes out at the same time?
Well, actually, when they're done here, I'll ask Brian. Some only want the first, some want all. We'll clarify with him.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
They were supposed to be swapped. This was supposed to be Jaden's. This one was supposed to be Jordan's. I don't know if they're in fair entry wrong.
She said this tag number is 124.
The sheep run the right class is the kids named on them.
Isn't this class 3?
Yeah.
That should be Lamb 125. We can double check, but Mother said Chag said 124.
That other one can't. The blue one that the other girl had can't weigh 130.
Oh, that's probably true.
There's no way.
So maybe it is 125. I can't read that.
It's on the inside.
Oh, it's the other tag. Right. Can't see it.
But there's no way that other one weighed 130. The kids, not the sheep.
Me hard when she came in the ring, and she didn't disappoint when they get your hands on and the look and everything else. This one's just, as far as what I've been looking at today, just combines the most of genuine of stuff. Is when she gets relaxing, she's getting a little overdrive in there, wants to come up in the top. But when the young lady gets her mellowed out and relaxed, if you're looking for something like, as a breeder myself, as a breeding ewe, this is something I'd be looking for to take home to make wethers and maybe carry on the genetics of the breeding ewes, the keeper's replacement. This one's been the freshest handling ewe that's came through the ring all day from start to finish. We talk about big old square top in this one. She's got a groove down there. It carries out from her point of her shoulder over her rack, a real big back type of ewe that gets wider as she get out the tail end over her loin. One thing I'd like maybe change about this one compared to some others in this class is maybe set her pin set out just a little wider. She might want to get a nickel narrower for me, but I mean that's taken critical from an exceptional, nice looking ewe young lady. The one that follows her up in second is another blue ewe I like. As an overall whole, this one's really good fronted, long bodied. She gives up a little power and some overall dimension when you talk about width and body structure as far as what my class winner is today, but a nice, really feminine type of breeding stuff that's wide in her pin set, has some muscle shape to her. Young lady coming out in third with the other natural here in class, another good fronted type of sheep. She's probably got a little bit more depth of body and a rib shape than my second place lamb here, but one that when you get your hands on her, she's probably one of the narrowest out of the two in front of her, but one that you could take home and still do a breeding piece as far as you and your flock. Round out the class here, a young lady just kind of got into a top heavyweights here. You look from this one from the side profile, really long bodied, really long neck type of ewe. Probably when you get your hands on her, look at her and behind, she wants to narrow up as far as her base width. Doesn't handle exceptionally wide when I'm talking about them rack and the loin and down through that leg. And I'd like to maybe level her out from her pin set out to her dock to be moved up further today. But a real exceptional, nice set of heavyweights, and we'll be picking your champion here.
We'll have a selection of the champion ewe lamb, reserve champion ewe lamb, so we'll have first and second place from all three classes. The second places will enter the ring first. So Class 1, we have Rosalind Johansson. Class 2, Shayna Fisher. Class 3, Alyssa Brummer for second places. And then the three class winners, Class 1, Linnea Longchea. Class 2, Alyssa Brummer. And Class 3, Jordan Wilkovich. Jaden Wilkovich, I apologize. you make your way around the fairgrounds and go through the cattle barns, take a look at the new 6-bar panel that was installed from one end of the cattle barns to the other. It turned out real well. It's a combination of Fair Board members and 4-Hers that made this happen. So please thank them when you see that.
We put your hands together for these young exhibitors that are bringing their first placers out to select your Supreme and Reserve breeding ewe of the 2022 Mills County Fair. Like I said in class, when we examined these ewes, talked a little bit about them, there's one out here that goes on down the road here as far as you got the rest of the Southwest shootout. All the counties are grand representing the county. I feel interest out here judging evaluating the livestock today is fine one, but I feel comfortable to use them as a champion overall and also be able to use your county shootout or maybe bring home a trophy back to your county from one of your individual back there. So with that being said, like I said, there's 2 in my mind throughout the classes here that rose to the top of 2 different divisions. There's one out here that's going to be set in mind as far as one that combines the most good and everything is what I'm looking for as a breeder here out here today, evaluating animals. And that's going to be your heavyweight young lady at Commercial U. She's going to be your Supreme champion Blackface as we got here. So champion Blackface is going to be your champion here, and we'll bring second place in from that class and take a look at her and I'll take your reserve.
Champion Uland Jaden Brokenbush now has reserve champion. And then we'll follow, we do have one entry of a yearling ewe that'll come in, and then we'll select Supreme overall and reserve.
The last one.
Reserve. Reserve.
Reserve champion UM Alyssa Brummer. So now we'll have the yearling entry done by David Willenbush, and then that one will come back with Jaden's champion UM and Alyssa's reserve champion UM.
Do we have banners for champion, overall champion, you?
Testing. Testing.
It's such an expensive system.
One entry in the yearling crossbred U class shown by Jody Overbush.
Well, she's the only one. So, it's Buddy. Unacceptable.
Tonight at the barbecue, there will be a bake sale, as well as at the livestock auction to help support Mills County Endowment Fund.
We need the 2 ewe lambs with that yearling. Somebody's supposed to be tracking.
Nicole went back.
Next class is the first class of lightweight market lambs, ranging from 100 pounds to 114 pounds. 5 entries: Audrina Johansson, Cassie Romeyer Craig, Jolie Johnston, Alyssa Brummer, and Linnea Wongche.
Did I miss the championship? Jaden.
That's how
Both the ewe lambs?
Yeah.
Okay. So
the yearling got a purple rosette or whatever. She gave out.
Okay.
Trophies, I guess.
both the ewe lambs were first and second. That makes sense.
No, there wasn't a slide in the program for it.
Champion Commercial Ewe was sponsored by Lady Lincoln building is the opening barbecue, which is a free will donation, followed by opening ceremonies and flag presentation, as well as Little Mister and Little Miss, followed by a queen selection and a movie at dusk.
Yeah, I might go meet him. But yeah, I'll probably be around for like Nancy's stuff. It's usually what happens. Oh yeah. No, she started out in the back of some plastics, like, and then the second year, that's when I came. And we were in the basement of the library. I don't know. And then we moved to the old gym, I guess you could say. It's like a half gym outside of my chancery, old elementary. Well, we were where the game night is. Yeah, the big freak or whatever. No, I get it.
The annual 4-H and FFA livestock sale is starting 4 p.m. on July 12th. Reminder for 4-Hers to have your auction animal paperwork turned in by Monday at 2 p.m. to enter into the auction.
Champion and reserve grade games.
Jolie and Jolie. Okay. It is what it is, right?
The champion rate of gain and the reserve champion rate of gain were both shown by Joey Johnson. The champion was 0.75 pounds per day, and reserve was 0.68 pounds per day. So congratulations to Joey on champion and reserve champion rate of gain.
What was her weigh-in?
The last one here of the lightweight market lambs. There's quite a variance, I guess, as far as this class from 100 pounds to 114 pounds. So, I mean, you give or take You can either got the prospects here, you got lambs that ain't quite ready as far as a market class. You know, as we're talking carcass terms as far as hanging and trimness and all that stuff. So when I'm evaluating this first class, I just got to pick the good and the bad and place them how I feel like. The young lady here's Weather here that starts the class out. He's the farthest along in this particular class, and his maturity as far as weight. I was guessing he's probably the biggest lamb as far as weight in classes. That's the reason why he's got the most muscle shape down his top and over his back as far as his loin is getting filled in with feed, because he's about 14 pounds heavier than our bottom end down here. But one I think is still put together good as how he's elevating his chest floor. He's level out of that dock. If I like changing him, I like to give him a little bit more shape to him, that lower leg to him when she gets into him, but that'll come with time and maturity. Real nice way to start this class. Young lady comes in second is a long-bodied sheep that I'd like to change in that front end compared to our class winner, but one that still, as far as you're setting about 112-ish, I'm thinking in that area, still has some time to put some finish on, and we'll start talking with that muscle maturity when they get down the road. But one I really like from the side profile is his long-bodied. You know, he could be wider pin set, and we talk about the wideness and things like that, but that's going to come with time and age on feed. Young lady comes out in third. I believe she told me that was probably the lightest weight one in here as far as giving up about 14 pounds. But I still think when we talk about her compared to our last two spots, one, for even being at about 100 pounds of green, still offers the best potential when he gets enough feed and age on him. I mean, this one has a groove down his top. He's firm handling. He's good through his chest floor. He's long-bodied. He handles with some adequate muscle shape to his leg. One you could level up out of his dock set there, but you get some more fat cover in there, he's going to change on you. But one I feel comfortable with putting in third spot. We come out here in the fourth hole. One that kind of just a little bit shorter bodied for me today. Doesn't handle as far as you're setting about a 110-ish level, so he's a little bigger than the top three. I'd like to maybe have him a little bit slicker short, as you know, on the handle as far as getting an honest handle of what he's going to offer in the future here. But one you could change in that front one third, but still one that has adequate amount of muscle and moves out better than the one we're going to talk about here in the last hole. Young lady that rounds out the class here, as far as you compare her probably to the top two that's above her, is probably the biggest hip as far as evaluating these out here today. But one, I know people outside the ring would be like, well, we're talking market class, it shouldn't matter, but if we're talking something hang on the rail like a rail of a carcass, we could be talking something different. But structure-wise for me, the ground up, even I'm live evaluating the sheep today as a live evaluation. This is where this one kind of falls to the bottom for me, even though if you're looking out how much leg shape he's got from her driving and pop to him, and muscle is what you're looking from outside the ring. But this one gets in motion, he gets really tight in that hip. He's narrow out through there, which makes him a little short stridey when he gets out and walks, which pushes that top out when this young lady gets him out on the move. That's why he goes in that hole today.
Class winner, Class 1, Alyssa Brummer. Second place, Joey Johnston.
You stink behind you.
Class 2, Market Lambs is up. We have 5 entries ranging from 116 pounds to 121 pounds. Jolie Johnston, Blake Bobbin, Landon Blades, Penny Bobbin, and Shayna Fisher.
Is this yours, Jamie? That water?
Oh, yeah.
Do you need one? There's another one over here.
Oh.
Okay. I was going to say the one down there I threw on the floor, so it's all dirty, but
Yeah, there was one back there.
still works. Come on, Blake.
You go do that.
Tomorrow morning from 7:30 to 9, breakfast will be sponsored in the arena by Triple F Farms and Flatiron Laundry. The fun run starts at 8 a.m. as well as the goat show followed by poultry show at 9 and pony rides down by the horse arena from 10 to 2 on Saturday and Sunday.
What's that?
Like, does he just have one?
Yeah, so there's.
So I could see why he wouldn't be so much up.
Oh, yeah, here, yeah.
Yeah.
They're down there doing that for and then he's gonna be they're living just outside of Dodge. Oh, they are together? Yeah. She Dodge school? Well, she's
Next class here, Market Lambs. We're going to start with the young lady here with the class winner. Compared to the other four here in class, just one that kind of sets himself apart. He's a firm handler. He's got a ditch down his back. He's got muscle shape. He balances correct. He gets out and moves. If I change this one maybe so slightly, he gets up in his top line when she gets out there. Maybe elevate him in his chest floor. But Market Lambs, as far as handle and everything in this particular weight, he goes ahead and wins this class. Next one we got coming in second. Like I said, we get our hands on this one. As far as I'm evaluating as real handle or with the, a little bit of wool growth that's left, which is fine. You can still kind of pick and choose through the area. But one I still think balances up real nice, handles good, has a ton of shape down that lower leg when you get him stuck on the side profile. Balance is good. He might be just a little cleaner up through that front end and better there. But one that just doesn't handle as firm as my class winner today, but we're good enough for you in second place. When we get to the next one and coming in third hole here, one that's probably the leanest as far as overall, that doesn't handle as far as much as finished today, one that has a clean front one third. This one also has some turn to his leg when she gets him on the side profile. But one I think just narrows up as far as my two class winners today. And when you get your hands on this one, he comes out of the top side of his shoulder with a little bit of squareness in his rack, but he tends to taper off when you get through that hip loin. And as far as out of his pin set, I might elevate that dock up just a nickel, but one that still goes ahead and gets in the third hole. Coming in the fourth hole is a young man. The one where this one excels, the one in third, is this one's really probably the tallest shouldered, tallest fronted one in the class. That was where the benefit was here. But when you get on the side profile, this one on the move kind of drops in that pin set, gets out of that dock, and doesn't quite carry down through that lower leg as the ones above him. He gets a little flatter in that rib cage, flatter and tapers out in that hind end of there when you're talking about leg, bulge of leg and things like that in your market class. The young lady is going to round up the class here. To me, is the quickest maturing one, whether in this whole class, one that I believe as far as grow, he's probably at his peak of where he's going to go compared to our ones ahead of him as far as their frame score. This one's also, has the deepest belly on him. I'd like to trim that up on him, and when you get your hands on him, he's probably the furthest along. That's why I said the quickest maturing on finish in this particular class, where it makes him a lot softer when you get your hands on him. He doesn't handle the best over his rack, through his loin, or even get through his leg. But one that, as far as his bone structure and his leg wool and stuff, that works good, looks good. Just I'd like to see him have more grow to him. He's just kind of in that stage where I'm not for sure if he's going to get any bigger or fill out, or if he's going to get ready to go versus the other three in the class. Thank you.
First place went to Jolie Johnson. Second place went to Landon Blades. Class 3 Market Lambs, there are 4 entries. Jordan Wilgenbush, Kayla Straight, Alyssa Brummer, and Alyssa Brummer with the second entry. Country Cousins is selling ice cream, popcorn, and beverages on the north side of the livestock arena to raise money for their 4-H club activities. Be sure to visit the bake sale at the barbecue tonight, as well as the livestock auction to help support Mills County Endowment Fund. Throughout the fair at the Lakin building, there are silent auction baskets set up that were donated by all the 4-H clubs, and the proceeds go for the betterment of the Mills County Fairgrounds.
On the pen of 3, Joe Hanson's was worried because they have 2 weathers and a U. That's fine. They don't have to be all since it's smart.
Just to have
Gotcha. Thank you.
We'll start this class out. This young lady that brought us one here. I'm going to say this one's the most athleticism one in the class. As far as when it gets out on the moves, it wants to have its head up, it wants to get out and accelerate. One, when you stick this one on the side profile, a really short-bladed type of weather here that's really good in his front end, long neck. That's what I like about him. Off to the side view from the point of his shoulder back, you know, I want to change him up in his the pin set, just a nickel. He wants to slope off there just a pinch. But still, when she gets a driving on this one and you get your hands on him, he's still really firm over that rack. He's really wide and square over that loin. And when she, like I said in the prior deal, she gets the pushing on him, and when he wants to push, she still has that muscle dimension that's coming out of that lower leg where you can see the muscle works. Nice weather that he got. Young lady that comes in second here, I think it's pretty close as far as things. I just pick and choose kind of what the best attributes are of that. This one's probably the freshest one with the crisper handle. When you get your hands on this one over his rack and carries that all the way through, he's a nickel leveler coming out of that dock. I mean, when you're talking leg shape and leg shape, they're pretty adequate. I'm not getting the drive out of this one as I did there, so I'm just comparing over what I see. I like to change this one's front 1/3. He gets a little deeper in his chest. I like to raise him up there. And ever so slightly when she gets on the move, as when I was comparing them to it, that other one just gets out and just moves around, rotates around. This one kind of, I mean, due to his stubbornness or whatever, wants to fight you a little bit, gets up in his top shape. And so but you're good enough here for second place today. And our bottom two to round up the class, another young lady I think just has the most muscle dimension and power to her to be placed in the third hole. But as far as freshness and handle and stuff, you lack that as far as my two class winners today. But a very long-bodied sheep that's in the market lamb class that's going to do you very well. We ran out the class with a young lady as compared. She just kind of got into a gunfight here. She's the heavy constructed, woolly-legged type of lamb that's good through her front end. She just gets a little narrow when you get your hands on her rack, on his rack, and handles out through that loin. He wants to pinch a little bit there and gets a little narrower as you get your hands back. And he doesn't have as much bulge to his leg when you get him out on the move. And as I'm getting my handle on him.
Class 3 first place, Alyssa Brummer. Second place, Jordan Wilgenbush. Now we're on to the heavyweight class, class 4. 6 entries ranging from 138 pounds to 140 pounds. Audrey Bauman, Mackenzie Barrett, Jaden Wilgenbush, Marissa Barrett, Rosalind Johansson, and Riley Strait.
What's the rhyme or reason for the, like, usually they go by weight, don't they?
In order?
Yeah.
I wonder if you have to tell it to the
Here's today. I mean, everything was set from previous years. I don't know where that would have.
Because like when it printed out before I did the weight class, it was all just a conglomerate. Yeah. So it had 100 mixed with 140 with 131 with 117 on the same amount of pages. I don't know how to tell it not to.
There's got to be something in there. Those are always in order. Should be.
It took me like 45 minutes because I was flipping back through pages and then I was tired and then I think I would have it and then I wouldn't have, I'd be missing a lamb or I'd have extras.
Yeah.
2 questions. One is, I'm assuming that he's going to hold him to go out again like the rest of the fence. And a 3 is side by side all the way out, all 3 of them.
We'll ask him. I wonder if he'll. Yeah, I think we'll bring 3 in park, 3 in park, 3 in park. I don't think he'll have them all walk. I think he'll just walk in park. coming back though.
Yeah. Well, last year they were having struggles too.
This one's all in, and the other one.
Yeah, that's what I asked. I said, because she was here working last night. I said, "Where's your sister?" She's at home sleeping, and I said, "Oh."
Yeah, she was here with
She's
Dad.
only worked with our sheep 3 times, and I said, "So is this maybe her last year?" And she goes, "She'll still do rabbits, but everything else probably." Okay.
She feeds them. She knows everything about them. She was washing them last night.
She got the handful. They still have them in a cargo. Didn't they have them in like a cargo crate?
No, it's a portable building, but it's nice.
Oh.
It's up at Pioneer.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I thought he said it was a cargo crate, like something like that.
It might be constructed out of that material, but it's 3-sided, open at the front with pins in it. It's nice.
Huh.
Now that you say that, it does look like that material. It's painted white and green trim. We still got to get Julie
Last winners? Oh, her picture?
for Ray Dean, right?
Oh, yeah. Did you not? This isn't Rate a Game, though. This is a pen of 3.
They're down there then, I bet. But we can do it at the end because she's got one coming in for Final Drive.
Hang on.
The Johansson bills are very similar to the way
Like one does the work and the other.
don't get me wrong, Rosalind's in every
I
athletic
was going to say,
type
she's got a lot of
event.
stuff going on.
But then Audrey has the same amount of stuff, but she just loves animals and
Good.
feel bad she got a bad leg.
Oh.
Don't know him much.
No.
Structurally correct and back was arched like that. But she'll come back next week.
Hopefully I can get Aaron talked into some so Grant can show. Poor child. He's like, I want this and this and this. And Aaron's like,
Even if you guys take care of them, it's still nice.
oh yeah. He's like, you have animals. Take care of the ones you have. Love on the ones you have. You can't sell the ones he has, so. He's a city boy, he just doesn't get it.
Like it's
Yeah.
Dylan and sister, they're city kids, and they love it.
Yeah. Well, and his dad showed him. His dad showed him.
Oh, you're right.
But, yeah. I mean, if Grant would show everything but cattle, let him.
tonight at the Lakin Building at 5:30 p.m. is the opening barbecue with free will donation, followed by opening ceremonies and flag presentation with crowning of Little Mr. and Little Miss and Mills County Fair Queen, and then rounding out the night at dusk with the movie.
We ran out our last class here at the Market Lambs today. My top two lambs I'm using for first and second, to me, is very similar in type and kind. They're both elevated in their chest floors, long-necked, balance out very well. I mean, I'm judging on this side of the mic. I got to give or take about showmanship on getting one settled or getting them the best look you can get. This Blue Weather here wants to fight the young lady, but when she lets him relax, I've caught my eye out there a couple times. I could actually get a side profile view. He gets a little hyper on her, so I can understand that, fighting her today. But when he does mellow out and relax a little bit and gets that top lane smooth out, this is the one that handles the freshest, the crispest, the EST words. He's got a big square rack in him. He's wide backed. He's wide loined. He's wide pinned. He's got the shape to him when he's trying to fight and get a hand on the leg score that I'm trying to feel. One that might want to drop a little bit in these flank is for me today, but exceptionally class winner that's going to go ahead and round off and win the class. Young lady's lamb that comes in second. Really love the outline on this one. Really long, kind of exotic type of market lamb here. I like the front end on this one. He has the advantage on my class winner is a little depth of flank of how it balances a little better on the side profile. For this one, I'd love to change is how he handles out from his rack through his loin through the back side of his dock there. He just wants to get a little softer for me today and doesn't handle with that fresh and crisp handle as my class winner does today, and that's why he falls in there second. As we get third, fourth, and fifth out here today, to me, these three are very similar. I just got to have to pick and choose on little details on why they fit there. As far as this as being should be one of the heaviest lamb classes of the day, I feel these three have the framework to put on the muscle and the power they do with the finish to them, but today they're not filling in as far as over the rib shape, and their rib cover is out there. They need to get a little bit more fatter finish for me to handle with a little bit more firmness for me. So but anyway, when I went ahead and I selected them here, the young lady I'm using in third just is a little leveler out of that dock, and she's better in the front one. Third to me is the fourth and fifth place slam, so she comes out and actually wins the deal on these three. The next young lady coming in there, really good fronted lamb, handles really well. I'd like to make that pin set and that dock a little nickel up there as far as critiquing the minor details in here. You're there. The next young lady coming out, she's probably brought one of the narrowest weathers as far as when I'm comparing the three that were similar in kind when you do the minor detail evaluations, and probably has the deepest chested one on the three out there. The young man I round up the class with goes back to one of them, those moderate frame sheep where I feel like is the quickest maturing. He's the, as he put it this way, has the most finish on him today, that handles the softest in class is why you're there, young man.
first and second need to hang around.
Class 4 winner, Jaden Wilgenbush. Second place, Rosalind Johansson. Now we'll get first and second place from classes 1 through 4, second place first, to select the grand market champion and reserve grand market champion.
It'll probably run fast. You think? I feel like the littles will be fast. I hope so.
There are a lot of those.
Yeah, there's a lot of. A little. Juniors are like 5, and then there's just the boys. I'm hoping it goes fast. We got a bedtime at 9:30. What's this one? There. Market. Where do they get the banner and last night I went to bed at 9 and it was Thursday number. Oh my god, I love rubber chicken.
Almost chilly.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad I wore this. I thought it was going to be so hot. Like a jacket would be kind of nice.
Get that like chill once in a while. Oh, okay.
Are they multiplying?
That's Alyssa's, right? And Jolie. Okay, Landon. Gordon. Jaden. Yes. Okay.
Country Cousins is selling ice cream, popcorn, and beverages on the north side of the livestock arena for the balance of the show here, so head over before they pack up. Be sure to visit the bake sale at the barbecue tonight, as well as the livestock auction to help support Mills County Endowment Fund.
Get Jolie while we got No, we'll have to grab her.
I had not seen her.
Yeah.
I have questions.
Well, this is before you. So. Put it out. That is in there. So that tag number, just put it in. Tag number. Like there's one for DNA and one is for. They tagged this one.
Well, and I started checking them off. I didn't finish, obviously. Okay, so Jared wrote some of these. Okay. Okay, so she had. So that one was good. I hadn't checked 8102. Okay, so like 6098. Market. Find her. 6098. Okay.
Will you put your hands together for this championship drive in the market land for these young exhibitors? I think in evaluating today, as I see the class winners out here in the 4 classes, I'm happy with what I got out here. I've got a champion in mind. I'm going to go out and select a champion and bring the reserve or second place lamb in. Then I'm going to look at him one more time. I feel like a reserve is a little closer to me, so I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt and study him one more time. I kind of got things in my head going. Which one's less fault-free and all that stuff at the handle and things like that. So if you just I'll go pick your champion and then give me a couple minutes here to decide your reserve. Thank you.
Grand champion market lamb, Alyssa Brummer. Now we'll pull the second place in so he can select a reserve grand champion. The Grand Champion Market Lamb is sponsored by Glenwood Area Chamber of Commerce. The banner is sponsored by Leroy and Kelly Stortenbecker.
So we set out here to analyze, bring the second place sheep in and analyze who's going to be reserve. I'm just going to kind of buzz down through these one more time and talk about a little bit about them, like what I kind of like, and if you can look outside the ring and see the same things. And when I select reserve champion, maybe you have an understanding why. But it's Class 1 winner here. The second class, a really tall-fronted kind of market lamb here that's balanced out very good, dead level from the point of his shoulders out through that dock. One that carries some bulge of leg down through the leg down through that lower part of his leg. And then when she gets him on the brace, he has a little definition there for being in the Class 1 of about 114 pounds. He's really balanced from the foreflank to the rear flank as a market lamb type of sheep. And when you get your hands on this one's a hard handling rack through a back pin set type of sheep. And also for being in 114 pounds, as far as the lightest in these classes here, he still has enough adequate amount of finish for me today. The young lady here in the second class, a really powerful type of market lamb, one that's big, shapely in the rear, one that's a wide pin set, another one that balances out real well, dead level from the point of the shoulder back to the dock. One that I see a little shorter in the front here, he gets a little deeper in his chest floor. I'd like to elevate that up, make it a little bit more exotic to me, but a real nice sheep here as it comes out here as their second place class winner. We follow up the champion lamb with their second place out of that Class 3. Another powerful type of sheep, like I talked about, class, fresh racked, fresh back, sheared good, handles with the amount of muscle. I'd like to level this one out better. He gets a little up in his top. When she gets him on the side profile, kind of has a groove with a dip out of there. I'd like to maybe relax him a little bit and level that out. And as I talked in class, as he's in second place, changes the front 1/3 of him. He gets a little deeper, just a titch compared to the one that won. But an overall exceptional lamb that's in the offering here. When we get to our last place, the old blue sheep here that's been fighting the young lady, she's been having a terrible time with him, jumping around. So let's give her a hand for the never quitting here in the championship drive. I know it gets tough, but you're doing a wonderful job of what you got there. Another one in class as far as in the heavyweight, why he was the class winner versus our second place one. Just one that handled is a lot harder as far as correctness of finish and that on that. But the second place in that class, I really loved how that one's look and balance was better than my class winner. It was just the handle of how much fresher and harder touching my class winner here was compared to yours, young lady, on that when I brought him back out. So I bring them back out and analyze the thoughts in my mind of who I think is going to follow up my champion the best, that has the probably less faults to me today. Might not be the correct current, what most people see as a market lamb type of weight, but I'm going to go ahead and use your Class 1 young lady's lamb here for reserve here at the fair today.
Reserve champion market lamb, Alyssa Brummer.
showman that he spent quality time with. Hopefully have that growth for next year's project. So if we can thank Brian one time, and that's the Grand Reserve Pennant 3. Thank you.
Well, here we are at the last event for the 2022 Mills County Fair Sheep Show. One more time, applause for who's around here for these exhibitors that participated this year. I was told we got champion and reserve pin of 3, and I see we got 3 pins out here, and that's one individual's going to be left out. But I guess that's the way it goes on there more. So our champion is going to be the young lady. I mean, we got Grand and Reserve Market Lamb in the class, and then they go back and they find another one that's in there, the pin that comes back out and fits right in, you know, uniformity, muscle, conformation, everything as far as when they put them back together. You can't beat a set of sheep that look like that as a whole. So your young lady, you're going to be the champion pin of 3. Middle here's going to be your reserve pin of 3, as far as that'll be the next set as far as what's kind of put together as far as an individuals. And I told the young lady here at the end, she come out to participate, and I said, you got tall, short, and medium here. It's like, but you got to deal what you got to do, and I want to give her a round of applause for just coming back out here and attempting of the pin of 3 here. So we got